I feel compelled to make a video today about that abject performance of the Arsenal team against Blackburn, and basically my patience has basically run out. I thought when Arsenal sold Van Persie to Man United that my patience had run out, but I gave them leeway and I thought, okay, Van Persie didn't want to stay, we didn't offer him enough money, and those are the principles that Arsenal Football Club have in place. Basically, we're not going to overpay on players. We're not going to spend over 15 million on a player. We sell our best players and replace them with less quality. We pay Arsenal and Wenger 6 million a year to finish in the top 4. You know, and people say, oh, I'm being ungrateful, but I'm an Arsenal fan, not a Wenger fan. If I'm to be grateful, I should be grateful to David Dean and Danny Fiesman, not Arsene Wenger. You know, people have said that, oh, Wenger's built this club up to its greatest height. Well, 2005 is the last time Arsenal have won a trophy. And I know a lot of people want to blame the board of directors, but I personally think that Wenger is the biggest culprit, basically. I listened to an interview this week, on Monday, on BBC Sport. I think it was Wenger doing Fergie doing an interview with Dan Walker. And Dan Walker asked Fergie what would happen to Fergie if he didn't win a trophy for more than 3 years at Man United. And Fergie's response was that he would walk, he would leave Man United if he didn't win a trophy for more than 3 years at Man United. That was Fergie's own words. And I actually sat down and I thought to myself, Arsene Wenger has now been at this club for 7 years. This season coming is going to be 8 years. And he hasn't won a trophy. And since 2005, he has seen his squad eroded, basically, or he has let his squad erode, because I personally think he's the guy who makes all the decisions at the club. And he has just basically accepted this mediocrity because of the massive paycheck that he's getting. I personally think that Wenger is in such a comfort zone that he has accepted this, because if he was to walk now and if he was to go to another club, he would be under pressure to win a trophy, and if he didn't win a trophy, he basically would get fired. Now, say for example, if Wenger had went to Real Madrid on all those offers that they offered him, and he didn't win a trophy for 2 years, he would have got fired. Now, that is the reason why Arsene Wenger is still at Arsenal Football Club, because one, he's on that massive paycheck, and the club have no intentions of firing him. He's under no pressure to win trophies. The only pressure he's under is to finish in the top 4. That's the only pressure he has ever been on. And I personally think now that this is actually getting beyond a joke. Every single season since 2005, Wenger has sold his best players and has not replaced them with adequate quality. He has replaced every single player with mediocre players. He sells our star players for massive profits, and he keeps our mediocre players and offers them big wages, i.e. Bentner, Denilson, Santos, Javinho, Giroud, and the list goes on and on and on basically. Well, Squilici and Arshavin are nowhere near the squad, but they are on massive wages at the club. And it's Wenger that has bought these players. And basically what I am saying is, I think Wenger needs to walk. He has to walk. He cannot justify staying at a club for 8 years and not winning a trophy. People will say we haven't had the money to spend. We bloody Arsenal Football Club has 2 billionaire owners. 2 billionaire owners. Not a lot of clubs in world football can say that. Stan Kroenke's wife owns Walmart. They have fucking billions in the bank. Stan Kroenke can easily put £200 million into the Arsenal coffers and it would be perfectly fine. But I don't think he's under any pressure to do that because Wenger doesn't do that anyway. I don't think Wenger pressures the board to buy players. I think he's in it for the money, and I don't think he's in it to win trophies, basically. Losing in the Capital Cup to Bradford away, and now today at Blackburn at home. Blackburn, who are in the bloody Championship, they're not even first or second in the Championship. An Arsenal Football Club, who's supposed to be a top 6 team, basically, cannot break down a Blackburn team in the Championship. If it happened once, fair enough, but happening twice in the same season, we've seen performances like this over and over again, time and time again, over the last 5 years, and it's becoming a very consistent thing. Wenger is not a good enough manager anymore to win trophies. He's not good enough to win the Premier League. He's not good enough to win the Champions League. He always get outfoxed. Better managers use tactics on him to win games in the Champions League, in the Premier League, in even the FA Cup. I'm fed up. And until Wenger leaves, I'm not going to be watching any more Arsenal games. Not spending any more money on shirts or merchandise, nothing at all. It's absolutely becoming an absolute joke and I'm fed up. Absolutely fed up. I think today has actually been the tipping point. And now looking back, Arsenal selling Van Persie to Man United, that is just unbelievable. That is just... I'm sorry, well, I'm done.